Welcome, football fans. It's time for week number 13 of the NFL picks and predictions for the 2023-2024 season. Two things before we get into our picks for week number 13. Number one is that I'm still getting over a cold, so if my voice sounds a little hoarse or I end up coughing or something like that, I just don't have the time to edit it out right now. I've been sick for the rest, basically the week, so that sucks. But I am on the mend, and point number two, we got to go over week number 12 picks, right? So, jumping right in, there were 16 picks, we only got 10 right. Kind of unfortunate. A lot of people, though, starting us off, got the Thursday night game wrong. Packers won. I believe only 2, maybe even 3 people out of the 60 in my pool picked the Green Bay Packers. So the Detroit, that was kind of a wash of a game right out of the gate. Then Dallas beat up on Washington, though it was looking a little like, okay, like you're doing fine, but why aren't you doing great? They really cleaned up later on. So Dallas destroying Washington. And just goes to show you, because Washington is always giving the Eagles such a hard time, and even though the Eagles just barely beat us in a little bit of a more lucky on one side of the coin or the other game, Dallas destroyed a team that gives Philadelphia trouble. So once again, I still think we're in this. I still think we got a great shot. San Francisco beats up on Seattle 31-13. Miami destroys the Jets, as everybody predicted, and we're getting all these right. Here's where things go south. Atlanta actually beats, and not just by a smidgen, by 1 point or a field goal. No, they defeat the New Orleans Saints. Now, that being said, I've said all year the Saints suck. But Atlanta, I thought, sucked a little worse. Apparently not last week, and boom, I picked New Orleans for the first time in a while, and they end up losing. So, once again, I really got to stop picking New Orleans, even when I think the other team is worse. Same with, unfortunately, in Cincinnati. I did still think Cincinnati had a shot against Pittsburgh, even with Cincinnati's, obvious, banged upness. I still figured that Cincinnati would pull it out. 16-10, it was still a game, but yeah, I guess I should have went with that Steelers pick. And once again, Cincinnati is not looking so hot right now on their roster keel anymore. So we get those two wrong. Then we go into Tennessee, where the Tennessee Titans beat the Carolina Panthers, but only by a 1-possession game. I thought they'd do a little better, but once again, this is sort of a low to average team versus a really low team, so it was a little closer than I thought, but it is what it is. Indy, same idea, 1 touchdown difference in Indianapolis, defeats Tampa Bay. The Giants do beat the Patriots, though only by a field goal worth. Then we go into Houston, where Houston loses to Jacksonville by the field goal advantage. I was quite shocked at that one. I didn't see it happening, but I guess Jacksonville, they showed up. And Denver absolutely destroying Cleveland. I didn't see that game. What happened? I have no idea what went down in that game. I really don't. And I've been sick all week, so I've had no time to catch up on any of that shit. Then we have Rams. For the rest of it, we do pretty well. We have Rams beating Arizona. That was pretty obvious. They destroyed them. KC, Vegas, same idea. Eagles and Buffalo, actually right down to the wire, surprisingly, considering how wishy-washy Buffalo's been. But once again, just winning by a field like just that small smidgen. Once again, the Eagles' luck. Look at how they've actually done in scoring-wise. Who have they destroyed worth their salt? Who have they, for the supposed best team in the league, they haven't shown that they're one possession, one unlucky fumble, which they got 2 lucky fumbles against Dallas going back in their favor. But seriously, they're winning these games by a hair, by a smidgen, in all honesty. So I just don't think, I think the Eagles' luck will eventually run out here by the end of the season. Baltimore does defeat the Chargers, and then Chicago actually managed to beat Minnesota by 2 points. So I got the Monday night game wrong. So now let's jump over to week 13 and our picks. Obviously, how about them Cowboys tonight? Though I've always said that it's in Dallas, and Dallas is one of the top 5 teams in the league right now, I would argue. And Seattle is, though Pete Carroll, with his comeback strategy, has always done really well with that, I still think Dallas will show up, and I'm expecting at least a 2-possession defeat. I expect them to do just as well, if not better, than San Francisco did last week, so there's that. In Tennessee, I'm giving it to Tennessee over Indy. A lot of people are saying, whoa, that's an odd one, but I really think that that's a close game. I really do. And since it looks like the underdog pick is Tennessee, I'm giving Tennessee their 3 points at home, hoping to make up for my Thursday and Monday screw-ups last week, because that shot me out of 2 points. And, I mean, even though a lot of people didn't pick the Packers, still, it's the difference between 12 points and 10, right? So I really want to try to win that point back, at least one. Chargers over New England, even in New England, is, you know, no real question there. Same with Detroit, even though Detroit didn't do the best against Green Bay, New Orleans still sucks. And once again, they just lost to the Falcons. I'm going with Detroit. Speaking of which, Atlanta over the Jets in New York. I'm picking between two bad teams. Difference is, Atlanta just came off a win. Maybe they can make something happen with that. Maybe they come in too cocky. I think it's too late in the season with their record to come in too cocky just because of one win. So I really do feel like the Falcons, it'll still probably be a close game, maybe one possession, but I still think the Falcons can take it over the Jets. Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh over Arizona. Arizona is probably considered one of the worst teams in the league, if not the worst. So definitely going with the Steelers. Miami over Washington. Still think it's going to be a hard win for Miami, but I still also think by the end score, it'll be at least a possession or more. Like a full on, at least 8 points, if not, you know, more than 8. Houston in Houston over Denver. Now, Denver just won. Houston just lost. I can see why a lot of people are probably going with Denver right now. Denver's odd, and Houston has been slowly climbing up since the beginning of the year, not going down. So one loss doesn't change my mind that Houston is still making some stuff work here later in the season. So I'm going to go with Houston on that one. Then Tampa Bay in Tampa over Carolina, 100%. I think they can win by at least 2 possessions. Then the Rams over Cleveland, yes, 2 possessions once again. San Francisco over Philadelphia, even in Philadelphia territory. This is going to be a game. This is the game of the week, and I really do think, finally, the only other people, like Buffalo just took it to them, but Buffalo is in a really bad spot. And Dallas, with 2 really lucky fumbles going in the Eagles' favor, caused by the Eagles, by the way, the fact that they recovered both of their own fumbles, there was the luck there, you know what I mean? So if the Eagles' luck is going to run out, I don't think it's skill-based. I think San Francisco is every bit, if not better, a team. And if there's not any bad referee calls and the luck is sort of not so favoritism that it's blatant, I think San Francisco wins actually pretty handily. I'm not going to say by how many points, but I don't think it's down to the wire in the fourth quarter. If you get my drift, down with, you know, in the 2-minute warning, I don't think it's going to matter. I really do have faith that San Francisco is going to hand the Eagles a big loss. And then Kansas City over Green Bay for obvious reasons. And in Jacksonville, Jaguars over Cincinnati for the Monday Night Football game. Those are my picks and predictions for Week 13. What do all of you think? Who do you think is going to win? Some of mine are a little like the Tennessee pick is a little like going a little bit this way. But as I explained, the reason for that is because, is Tennessee a better team than Indy? No. But can they win? Of course. Any given Sunday. And to win a point back that most people aren't going to bet on, I mean, that's how you get ahead, right? I'm at 109 wins, I believe, and I'm still middle of the pack of the pool. Granted, if I gain 2 points, if I were to win a week and gain 2 points on everyone, I would skyrocket into the teens. So my position being in the 30s means very little. I'm tied with so many people in the 30s, right? So, but yeah, that is, and in the late 20s. So it is what it is, but those are my picks. Hope you guys enjoyed. Go watch some great football. How about them Cowboys for tonight's game? Looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. And yeah, that's it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.